What up? What up? What up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another one. This one is RTL rankings of the women. Okay. Uh this has been an interesting season so far, but I'm not gonna hold you without further ado. Let's go in. At number 7 is Koshia. Now, let me say this. Koshia is still a woman that I really hope find love. I really do hope she finds her guy. One thing that she did this episode is she showed me that she can not hold a grudge. Okay? And if I'm being honest, that was very attractive to see her do that. Alonzo came to her. He said, "Look, you know I said what I said. I apologize. I didn't mean to offend you. I don't mean to, um, you know, let's let bygones be bygones." And she said, "You know what? I think we were just both trying to be right. I hold no grudges with you. And we can squash it." And she moved on. That was very admirable of Koshia, and she looked very good in this episode too. Looked very nice, so I had to give it up to her. Now, let me address some things from last week that happened with Koshia. With Alonzo, as everybody knows, they got into that squabble, and and this is the preliminary, I guess you could say, opinion I have about Koshia, because I don't have all the information yet, but this is my hypothesis of what's going on with Koshia. Now, hear me out, okay? This is going to sound a little maybe over the edge, but just hear me out. My theory, or my hypothesis, I should say, about Koshia is that she is very insecure about her intelligence. Okay? Now let me explain to you why. She got very upset with Alonzo last week. The reason why she didn't feel like the question was inappropriate at all. She felt like him insulting her intelligence was the offense, right? Now, when Jonathan went up to her and he said, "Look, tell me something about yourself, Koshia. What is your love language?" She said, "Quality time." He said, "Why is that?" She couldn't come up with a reason. He said, "Look, I'm trying to dig deep here." And she said, "I know, I'm trying." Okay. Now, that was kind of a clue to me that she kind of probably feels a little insecure about her intelligence. Now, I'm not saying that she's a dumb woman. She's not by far. But when you start to question her or insult her intelligence, it bothers her a lot. Same thing happened with her in a lounge with Alexis. She don't like to get attacked or accused of anything. Now, she was the one who started it. She said that Alexis was telling Will what happened in the lounge and stuff like that. And then when Alexis started to defend herself, and Alexis said that she's like a bull in the china shop with all the men, and the men know who to try stuff with and know who not to try stuff with, and they know not to try that with Alexis. But Koshia kind of started it, right? And then after they get in the fight, she gets emotional. My whole thing is, I just think that Koshia is a very emotional woman. I think uh she's been babied in her life. She's the last child of all her siblings. So you got to walk on eggshells with her because she's gonna have some entitlements. She's gonna have a very she's gonna be insecure about her intelligence. She's going to want her way. And like she said, she's spoiled, rotten. Okay. Those were her words. Rotten was her words. So even though she's last on the list, I don't think she's a bad woman. It's just going to take a special brother to deal with Koshia. And as long as she can be forgiving and long as she don't hold no grudges, she's workable. Okay. Now, if she was the type to hold grudges too, and she had the attitude, that would just be a total deal breaker. But the fact that she can drop it and get over it and forgive and do the same thing, she's at least workable. I see. Now, from what I understand, her and LaRon is going to kind of get into it next week. We'll see how that whole thing lays out. Look like some more emotional stuff that's coming up with Koshia. But as of right now, that's what I think about her. I think she's insecure about her intelligence. I think that she is very entitled, very spoiled, emotionally unstable, but has a good heart and does want to progress. So shout out to Koshia. She's at number 7. At number 6 is Shamika. All right. Look, this woman is bad. She's nice. I mean, like I said, she got the best body, arguably the best body, depending on your type of body that you like on the show. Everything is bing, bing, po, pow with her. But I'm going to tell you something. That is all there is. Now, Shamika, she takes me as the type of chick who is very judgmental. She had one conversation with Jonathan. He didn't say that he was a divorcee, and she took that so personal. Like he owed her an entire explanation as to why he didn't say that. Not only that, but when she got into the lounge, she threw him under the bus. Nah, that's a red flag to me. You supposed to tell me everything. I'm Shamika, and I deserve everything. I mean, she didn't say that, but that's what it sounded like to me. She was just like, "Oh no, that's a red flag. You lying by omission." And I don't like when people jump to conclusions and claim to be lying by omission or anything. Look, Maya knew that he was divorced. She the one who brung it up. So, but why do you feel like he owe you that? And why is that a red flag? I mean, she just seemed a bit simple to me, a bit simple minded. I'm gonna just keep it real. You know, you know, Koshia goes out and they're crying, and she's right there with her. You can look at it like she's supporting her girl. I get it, but I see what side Shamika is swaying on, and I don't like what I'm seeing. She not even open to having more kids. That's another sign of selfishness to me. Because if you're young enough to still have kids, but you don't want no more kids, and you expect a man to walk into your life and give you the world, and you won't give him the world, that's a sign of selfishness to me. And just because a guy didn't spill all his guts and his whole history to you, you know, day one practically, with you and your girl April interrogating him, you're gonna judge him and call him a liar and lying about mission and red flags and you don't do that to me. I'm Shamika. You supposed to tell me everything, and you owe me an explanation, and I ain't got to tell you nothing about me. Get out of here, man. She lucky she ain't on the bottom, to be honest. At this point, it ain't about looks. I mean, it ain't about looks. This is the girlfriend rankings, and I'm gonna tell you, and when we get close to the halfway mark, it's gonna be wifey rankings, and that is not just looks. That's personality too. That's your qualifications as a wife. Okay, and right now, Shamika is looking like a horrible girlfriend or wife, to be honest. And I'm not saying that she's going to stay in uh, this number, this ranking, but I ain't liking what I'm seeing so far. And like I said before, the woman seemed pretty simple minded to me. Okay, simple minded, judgmental, entitled. Okay, and not very forthcoming with her past. I don't know nothing about this woman. She don't never talk about her, but you got to spill everything about yourself to her. That tells me a lot. Tells me she's very entitled. Like what do we know about Shamika other than she got 2 kids? Nothing. Maybe y'all can tell me some deep and meaningful things that about her, but as of right now, all I know is the chick don't want no kids. That's it. And for her, size matters and all this other stuff. You know. Other than that, what do you know about Shamika? Nothing, because she don't never talk about herself. I That was a turn off to me. And I'm not saying that she, supporting the bad girls club because she went to go confront Koshia and didn't say much to Alexis, but it just shows me what way she's moving, how she's moving, and nah, nah, that ain't at all cool. That ain't at all, it's just not. I'm just not feeling that about her, so I had to put her down there at number 6. Next up at number 5 is Rashina. Okay. Rashina, not a bad chick. She got more action this time in this episode. Went out with Justin, got to know him. They starting to make a connection. She went out to the basketball courts with the other guys. Doesn't seem like Rashina is really feeling any of the guys that's on the show. And probably the ones that she's interested in, she probably know aren't interested in her, or one of her girls got that guy tied up. So she can't really move the way she wants to move. And to be honest, most of these guys want kids. So what do you do if you're a woman and you're on this show and most of the men want kids? Well, you got to try to pick a guy who don't want kids. I think that's probably the number one thing she like about Justin the most, is the fact that he said he accept the fact that he's probably never going to have kids. That's all she needed to hear. Not a bad chick though. I didn't see a whole lot of, well, I seen a little judgment coming from her, but not enough to really hold her on it. And what I mean by that is, she was kind of judgmental of Will. She was of Lamar too. I can understand her judgment of Lamar and how he was talking, sexual and all that other stuff. But she's the type of woman that, she's just the type of woman that is going to need a guy to come to her and be super attracted to her. But the problem is there's so many attractive women on this season that none of the guys are going to gravitate and give her the attention I think she really is looking for. And if she don't see a guy who's going to run straight to her and give her that attention, she's not going to be interested in him. That's why I think she was glad to see Justin come into the mix because he's fresh meat. Uh, I guess she find him attractive, and he's not looking to have no kids. And it's a way for her to try to get his attention before any of the other women could, because the other guys are tied up with the other women for the most part. But look, Shamika's not a bad chick. I got her at number 5. At number 4 is Maya. Now, Maya has been kind of dropping down a list a little bit. Not too far, but she dropped down a list. And the reason why is because I'm starting to feel like she might not be here for the right reasons. I think she'll never really give a lot of eye contact to any of the guys. Checking the episode, you'll see she's not really looking at people. I'm starting to feel like it's the Maya show a little bit. I know she got her, you know, her waist trainer and her clothing line that she's out with, and I wouldn't be surprised if she here on promotion. You know, she talking about connecting with LaRon. We'll see. So far, I'm not really buying it. Like I said before, she had the Oshun persona about herself, and she had the, you know, a nice personality, nice and friendly. I'm just starting to question how authentic it is. If you're representing a brand, you're gonna be nice. You're gonna come off nice. You're gonna want people to buy your brand, and you're gonna want people to, um, you know, look at your brand in a positive light. If she's gonna end up with one of these guys, who knows? But I wouldn't be surprised if she's just floating around just to get her business off the ground. Um, I don't ever really see her asking any of the guys any meaningful questions. Well, I take that back. She sort of asked Lamar, and he went kind of sexual with it. She said a couple things to LaRon too. I see the guys kind of going at her. I just see her kind of floating around, and I'm not seeing enough intention. If there's anything that I would say is probably making me a little skeptical, is that I'm not seeing enough uh, uh, intention with Maya and these guys. I'm not seeing her ask them deep questions and things like that. You know, I'm going to give her a chance because we still got a lot of the season to go, and maybe it just takes a little spark. I don't see that she has a spark. I mean, she said the conversation with her and LaRon is going well, but that she could have had that conversation with any of the guys, and it just seemed like it was her moment. So, I mean, the guy said, "Would you marry me?" And she was, you know, I don't know. It seemed like it's Hollywood, to be honest. Seemed like it was. I'm not saying it was scripted, but it felt like it was. It felt like it was. It felt like she was putting on for the cameras and faking a connection. Yeah, LaRon. Yeah, I could see me and LaRon together and all this other stuff. Like, why wasn't he an option day one? You know, I mean, granted, the guy ain't got a mouthful of catfish in his mouth this time, so maybe he can have a conversation. But I don't know. It just seemed a little. I'm just questioning her uh, I guess, intentions right now, but we'll see what happens. So I got Maya at number 4. At number 3, believe it or not, is Patrice. And when I say believe it or not, I didn't really see her much in this episode, but I still do like her personality. I think she cleans up well. So I'm a bit impressed by that. She looked pretty nice at the last ladies' lounge. I thought I liked her hair twisted up the way it was. She looked real nice like that. Always had a beautiful smile. She's getting connected with Alonzo, and she seems pretty intentional. She tried to get to know and touch on every guy that was uh, in this whole process. So, I had her connected with uh, William, but you know, you never know, man, because I'm gonna tell you, these phone conversations really solidify relationships, and us in the audience, we can't see that. So we can't see the phone connections, obviously. So it looked like it was going to be her and William, but it's ending up to be her and Alonzo, because Alonzo is putting the full court press on her right now. And he like, look, we're gonna have a movie night. You gonna come by? We're gonna Netflix, chill, and she's cool with that. It's not much you can say to uh, her to be. She don't have no entitlements or anything. That's what I like about Patrice. She don't have any entitlements, and she don't have no attitude. She don't have no eggshells to walk on. She don't have the drama. She don't have emotional instability. She's easy to talk to, easy to get along with, easy to um, conversate with and converse with, whatever. And she's just a laid back type of chick. Um, she says she's looking for my man. That you could very well be my man. I don't know what it is. I love when chicks say my man. That's just one of those new things. I know a lot of ladies probably think that's a pick me type of saying, but I love pick me women. I would draft them over sisterhood chicks every day of the week, every day, and twice on Sunday. Okay. So, um, but yeah, y'all need to make that more famous. My man. Okay. Make that a thing. Okay. I see some ladies out there trying to make that a thing. I love it. And Patrice is looking for her man, and I hope she found him. Whoever he is, even if it's Alonzo, you know. Uh I just hope Alonzo is not a smash and dash type of dude, which is what I'm getting. But I'm not gonna throw the brother under the bus yet. Hopefully things will work out between them two. Next up, number 2 is Vanessa. Vanessa is climbing this ladder. I'm loving what I'm seeing with Vanessa. Her and Chaz, they're connecting. She's all smiles. She's giddy. She got the little blue birds flying up above her head. She got the little wound in her ass because that Cupid hit her with, Cupid throwing all kind of darts in the butt. Uh, she's cheesing. She's doing all of the things real cozy with Chaz. It's looking pretty good. She's not chilling with the bad girls club. She's not in any drama. She's not entitled. She's asking advice. She asked Lamar for some advice. She is. She used to be a wife. Okay, let's not, just overlook that. And even though she's a little tight, I think around the right guy, when she gets comfortable, I think she can loosen up. I think Chaz is that guy to loosen her up. I think that it's going to get to a point where they're going to get real close, and I think Vanessa is ready for it. I think she's uh, probably wants to be married again real soon and to a brother. I don't know what she went through with her Caucasian husband, but hopefully this time it'll go well and she'll get a brother that will treat her good, you know. But she's looking for somebody she can relate to, and it's looking like that's going to be Chad. So I'm liking their connection. I'm liking how she moving. I like how she not getting in no drama. She's keeping her nose clean. She's asking good advice. She's showing intention. She's opening up at least to the right guy. The only thing about Vanessa is I think she's going to have to make another connection with another guy sometime at some point in this process because she's starting to get tunnel vision with Chaz. And if you do that, the rest of the guys be like, I ain't making no connections with her. We got to send her home. So it's weird to say, but I think she got to fake a connection. Okay. She got to fake a connection. I don't know who else she can fake it with. Maybe Justin and fake a connection with him. But if she's not careful, she still can be gone because she ain't connecting with nobody else. Don't look like from my angle. But I'm liking what I'm seeing with Vanessa so far. Keep it up, and she is climbing these girlfriend rankings, and we'll see how she do in the wifey rankings. But I think she'll do well there too. So shout out to Vanessa. At number one is at number one is two women. Okay, okay. There's a 1A and a 1B. A 1B is Leyland. Okay, Leyland is an awesome woman. She had to leave the process. It broke my heart, okay, to see her go. But I think she's a dope woman. Now, I think that the show didn't show her connections on purpose. They knew what week she was going to leave, and they decided to not put her in the storyline. I think she got some connections with Chaz, with Dominique. But if you know she's leaving in week 4, or not week 4, or episode 4, you can't really make her a big part of the storylines because she's going to be gone. So we got to take all Leyland stuff out. That's why we didn't really see much of Leyland because she had to leave. So they took all her dates out of the series, which is a shame. I would have loved to seen some of her connections, seeing how she was doing with Chaz, with Dominique, and maybe some other guys who knew. But it was a shame to see her go. But I can't have her at the super top position if she self eliminates. But Leyland had the personality. She definitely had the looks. She had the class. She had the what looked like intention. But let me say this. A part of me thinks that she didn't see her guy on the show. That's what I'm thinking. I know she was going through family things, and I get that. But maybe Chaz and Dominique wasn't necessarily doing it for her, and she didn't have any other connections. I think if she had a really strong connection, that guy could have helped her work through her issues with her family. But since there was no guy to step up and help her, I think that it became she had to refocus. I think she did a self-assessment and said, "Who am I? Is anybody on this show worth me staying on, and I think came to the conclusion that there's not. So if there's not, then why stay on the show? And let's just get rid of all her dates on a and when when we start the season. Let's just get rid of all her dates and all her whole storyline because it's not going to go anywhere. So I think that's what they did, and I don't think none of the guys there she connected to in a way that would let her stay or want her to stay on the show. I think Chaz was pretty much all up Vanessa's, I don't want to say ass, but uh Chaz Chaz is connected to, Vanessa, and that's probably the one person that she really seemed interested in getting to know. But if he's all over Vanessa, then who does that leave? Dominique. And I don't think Dominique is her physical type. I don't know what he does for a living. I got to look that up. But I don't think Dominique. He wanted 10 kids. So then you got Lamar, who's you know some will say it pretty much a jerk. You got Jonathan, who uh, doesn't is kind of shifty. Then you got LaRon, who is obsessed with catfish, okay, and partying. So that ain't a match. So she probably started to feel like the guy that she wanted to connect with is not on the show, and she wasn't getting enough motion from Chaz, which is the only one I think she was relatively interested in. I couldn't just drop her, and there's no reason for her not to be number one, but I can't make her sole number one because she's self eliminated. And we didn't really honestly get to see a lot of her. So it wouldn't be fair to the ladies that's still on the show. But at the same time, she is still the closest, the as far as being a good girlfriend and a wife, man, I can't punish her either. So I had to make her 1B, and that's how I came to the conclusion of the rankings. She's a 1B. Shout out to her. I hope her family is doing well beyond anything else. I hope she is doing well. Um, and I hope that things are looking up at least by now. So, blessings and well wishes to her and her family. Leyland at 1B. At 1A is Alexis. Now, Alexis, she's just my girl, but um, you know, Alexis is just she's smart. You can do anything with this chick. You can go hooping, you can go bowling, you can Netflix and chill. She's showing intention. She wants to ask these guys pretty deep questions about intimacy. She talked to Will about it. She talked to Lamar about it. She's trying to get to know these guys. And another thing that I love that she did is there was two things. Number one, she didn't back down from Koshia. She said, look, we can go there. We can do this. Okay. Ain't nothing but opportunity between us. And I like that about her. And the number one thing I liked about her is she defended her dude. Okay. She was in that lounge practically by herself. Nobody was really you know, assisting her. But Will, she said, look, Will is this way, Will is that way, but he's a good guy. And when she went to go to the elimination, she told dude, I fought for you in there.
That you are still ready to love. I can see you're upset. I really don't want you to be upset. And I just want you to know that I fought for you.
Okay? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's the type of woman that is a potential wife. I don't know what y'all thinking. If y'all don't see it in Alexis, shout out to Felix the cat daddy. But listen, the ladies are going to fight for their guy, right? At one point, Koshia was going to fight for LaRon. You know, Alexis is going to fight for Will. Who else? Uh, they're going to fight for their guy. I get it. But the way Alexis held it down, even when she was at the elimination with her guy, with Will. Well, I don't want to say her guy, but one of her connections is she was very gentle with him. She was like, "Look, I fought for you in there. Something that the ladies are saying is this, that." She worded it well. She tried to protect his ego. She tried to tell him the real by still trying to protect his ego. I fought for you in there. I know, I see you upset. I don't want you to be upset. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's the type of woman I'm talking about. Alexis, how could she not be number one? All right. Um, I I love she not only that, but she's gorgeous, man. She's gorgeous, got her real hair, um, curly hair, done well, the makeup, the body is nice. Some may think it's a little, too thin, but I like it like that too. I like it like that. And she can shoot a jumper. I mean, what is it this chick can't do? She's doing, as far as I'm concerned, practically. I haven't seen her make a misstep yet. Some might say she did with Koshia. I don't think so. She held her own. She said, "We can go there, whatever." And I'm gonna defend my dude, Will. Okay, he's a good guy. And she told him the business. When on elimination, she is moving like she has intention to find her man. Okay, it ain't about no girls club, and ain't about no sisterhood. Like Tommy told all the ladies, you here to find love. You'll build a sisterhood and a brotherhood, but you're here to find love. You're here for one reason only, to find love. And that's what she's doing. She's going after her dudes. Who that now is? That Will? Is that Jonathan? Who knows? But whoever she's going, or she's trying to get to know, she's going to defend her dudes. And even if that means scrapping, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like I said, the only thing that really worried me about Alexis is her illness. But I'm gonna tell you something. If that's my woman, if Alexis is my woman, I don't care what is going down. I will take care of her to the end. Well, I don't want to say it like that, but I will take care of her. You know what I mean? If she gets sick or whatever, I will hold her down. I will stand 10 toes down for a chick like that, because I know she got my back. That's why Alexis is 1A. Okay? Shout out to Alexis, man. If they don't realize it, they better ask somebody. You the number one chick on the show this week. Stay tuned. Come back next week for a new ranking. It could shuffle around with new information. I'm just saying, it just is what it is, and then we'll get into the wifey rankings. But if you made it this far, you are dope. You are ranked 1A. Okay, for real. Shout out to you. Thanks for watching. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.